Today we're going to talk about the present progressive tense in Spanish. And the present progressive is also called the continuous tense. It's used to talk about something that is happening right now, at the present moment, while the speaker is saying the sentence. So we're going to form the present progressive tense by using two verbs. Two words. We're going to use estar, the verb estar, meaning to be, and we're going to use it along with the present participle, so the ing words in English. So a present participle in English are the words that typically end in ing, like running, walking, dancing, singing, speaking. So the present progressive tense is going to be something that you're doing right now. It's an action currently in progress, like I am speaking, I am waving, I am listening. All right, so let's take a look at how to form the present progressive. So as I said, we're going to use the verb estar, and that's going to be the to be part of it. So I am running, you are walking, okay? So first let's go over the conjugations of the verb estar, just for a quick refresher, and then we'll talk about the rest of it. So if we want to say I am, we say estoy, tú, you, estás, él, ella, usted, está, nosotros estamos, vosotros en España estáis, ellos, ellas, ustedes están. All right, so we have our conjugations of the verb estar, and we're going to combine that with a second verb in Spanish, which we're going to form into the present participle. So if you want to say, and I have some examples here, if you want to say, I am speaking, we're going to combine estoy, I am, along with the verb to speak, which is hablar, and we're going to drop the AR and add ando, A-N-D-O. So all verbs that end in AR, you're going to drop the AR and add the ending ando. So if I want to say I am talking, I would say estoy hablando. I am talking. So this is the ing form in Spanish. All right, so what about ER and IR verbs? Well, it's going to follow the same type of pattern, but the ending is going to be different on the side of the verb. So you're still going to use estar according to who is doing the action. And then instead of putting ando, you're going to drop the ER and the IR and add yendo, I-E-N-D-O. So if you want to say you are eating, estás comiendo, you are eating. So drop the ER and add I-E-N-D-O, yendo, comiendo. If you want to say we are writing, estamos escribiendo. So drop the IR and then add the present participle, I-E-N-D-O. So estamos escribiendo, we are writing. All right, so again, the present progressive is used for actions that are currently in progress. So something going on ahora, right now. And you're going to use the verb estar and conjugate it according to who is doing that action, and then combine it with another verb, dropping the AR, ER, or IR, and adding ando to it if it's an AR verb, and yendo to it if it's an ER or IR verb. And that's the present progressive. Now, we do have a couple of situations that we need to talk about. We have some stem changing verbs with the present progressive, and we also have a couple of unique exceptions as well. So let's talk about those now. So one thing to mention is that AR and ER verbs do not stem change in the present progressive. So even though we've been studying stem changing verbs, we're not going to stem change AR and ER verbs in the present progressive. So that's good. IR verbs, however, will stem change. and IR verbs that stem change. Now, again, not every single IR verb in the Spanish language is a stem changer. But if it is normally a stem changing verb, and it's an IR verb, then you will still stem change. And there are only two options for stem changing in the present progressive. So, if you have an IR verb that's normally a stem changer, you're going to change it from either E to I or O to U. So if it's normally an E to IE or E to I stem changer, you're going to go with E to I. That's your only option. If it's normally an O to UE stem changer, instead of UE, it's just going to be U. So I have a couple of examples here. The verb pedir, see, would be pidiendo. The verb decir would be diciendo. Dormir, the verb would be durmiendo. And morir would be muriendo. So again, AR and ER verbs do not stem change in the present progressive, but IR verbs do. So if you have a verb that's an IR verb and it normally stem changes in the present tense, you are going to change it from either E to I or O to U in the present progressive. Another thing that I want to mention are verbs like leer, which means to read. When you have an ER or IR verb whose stem ends in a vowel, we're going to change the I to a Y. So let's take a look at this. If I wanted to say I am reading, according to the rules of present progressive, I would drop the ER and add IENDO. So my word would look like this. However, the I, when it's in between two other vowels, so when you have an I in the middle of two other vowels, it's too weak to be heard. So it needs help. So we're going to change the I to a Y to give it some help in the pronunciation so that it can be heard. So anytime you have an ER or IR verb whose stem ends in a vowel, you're going to change that I to a Y so that we can hear it, all right? And you're going to see this phenomena happen in other situations in Spanish down the road. But for now, remember that when you have an I in between two other vowels, we're going to change it to a Y so that it can be heard, so that it can have more emphasis in the pronunciation. So there are several verbs like this in the Spanish language, and I've written a few of the more common ones here for you. So we have caer, which means to fall, creer, which means to believe, oír, which means to hear, traer, which means to bring, and of course, leer, which means to read. Okay, so one more time. The present progressive is used whenever we're talking about an action currently in progress in the present moment, ahora, now. And we're going to form the present progressive by combining the verb estar and conjugating it according to who is doing the action. And then you're going to combine it with the action itself, dropping the AR, ER, or IR, and adding ando to AR verbs and yendo to ER and IR verbs. And one other thing to note is that nothing can come in between these two formations. So you can never put any words in between the estar conjugation and the present participle. So watch out for that whenever you are forming your sentences. Okay, clase, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. We'll talk soon. Hasta luego!